Now, just 3 out of 121 NHS trusts in England are meeting targets for starting cancer treatment fast enough. That's according to BBC analysis, which found Calderdale and Huddersfield East and North Hertfordshire and Bolton were the only ones to meet the NHS standard over the past year. NHS England sets 3 targets for the care of cancer patients. So the first is that 75% of patients should have the disease diagnosed or ruled out within 28 days of their first appointment. Now, within 31 days of diagnosis, 96% of patients should begin their treatment. And the full journey from referral to treatment should begin within 62 days for 85% of patients. But the BBC data shows that nearly 1 in 4 trusts met none of their targets this year, with just 3 trusts hitting all 3 of them. Our health editor, Hugh Pym, reports.
Robots curing cancer. Here at the Lister Hospital, a cancerous prostate is being removed by specialist robotic surgeons.
The blood loss is about 80 times lower than open surgery. The chance of needing a blood transfusion is about 100 times lower compared to open surgery. And patients go home the next day.
This hospital is part of a trust which is one of only 3 that are hitting cancer waiting targets. Helping patients make quick decisions is vital. Professor Vasdev and his oncologist colleague meet their patients the day they're given their diagnosis.
The patients get the diagnosis in the morning, and then that same afternoon they get to see both an oncologist and a robotic surgeon to discuss the different options.
We have a very strong team working environment between oncology and urology, where we not only manage new patients with diagnosis, but even following treatment, we jointly manage patients together.
One patient benefiting from this teamwork is Paul.
See you on Saturday.
Will do.
He's in for a final meeting before his prostate surgery.
It's a shock at the beginning, and obviously after speaking to the professor and the options, there was only one option: to have it out. And he got his diary out and he went, bang, 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 there you go. And I went, that's a Saturday. He went, I work Saturdays.
In the chemo ward, most patients come into the hospitals for their treatment, but a new initiative, Chemo at Home, is now changing things for patients like Josephine.
It's so much more convenient. It frees up your lifestyle, and whatever you want to do, you can do it. I mean, you're not even restricted to a time of day.
Chairs in the chemo ward are freed up, and nurses and doctors can spend more time with other more complex patients. For the Lister, quick decisions, state-of-the-art machines and streamlining treatment all help. Nearly a quarter of trusts failed to hit any of the targets over our 1-year analysis. One of them is the Royal Free London. Like the Lister, the Royal Free is specialising in robotic surgery. Here, a kidney tumour is being removed. About 450 of these complex procedures are done each year. But the day before we filmed, this specialist theatre sat empty for some of the day. Despite having full staff, the patient didn't arrive.
We do have certain situations that way. The whole team is here, the patient doesn't arrive. We have fail-safe mechanisms in place for that. Getting all these trained people to come into this particular place to carry out this task, and then we don't have the main actor. That can be really frustrating.
Today's patient has a 5-centimetre tumour. He's been waiting since July for this specialist surgery. Down in the radiotherapy department at the Royal Free, Mohammed is being treated for his lung cancer. He has a small tumour and the prognosis is good.
A couple of years ago, we were performing really badly against the 31-day target, and we did a huge piece of work. We minimised any dead space within that pathway, and it meant that we could shorten that and get patients onto treatment quicker.
Have you got the right kit that you need?
So we have 2 linear accelerators. One of them is now 10 years old, and what we know about older machines is that they are less efficient. They're about 15% less efficient than the newer machines, and they then tend to break down more frequently.
Mohammed is only part of his way through his treatment, but he waited less than a week to get started.
I can say I'm lucky, and thank God for that. To be this quick speed and early stage also.
The Royal Free are very focused on reducing weights, and in recent months there has been a marked improvement.
Everything's gone okay, sir. You're just waking up from the anaesthetic.
Back at the Lister in Stevenage, the prostate surgery is completed, and the hope is that this patient will be home the next day. Hugh Pym, BBC News.
Hugh, with some of the best and worst examples there, some of the best and worst performing trusts.